Hello, hello. We are live, and today we are talking about the top business advice for 2024. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Hope you had a meaningful celebration over the holidays. If you don't know me yet, if this is your first time that you are tuning in, I'm Heather Blaze, and I help coaches, consultants, industry experts, and professionals maybe who want to transition from being in a corporate employee type situation to an entrepreneur, bundle their expertise into a high ticket offer and scale their businesses so that they can ultimately enjoy time and money freedom. And today I'd like to share with you the top business advice as we launch into another exciting year so that you can grow your business to the next level that you want to get to in 2024. So let's dive right in. The first thing I want to talk about is about mindset. I help my clients to prioritize their mindset. And this is making sure that what you're thinking and feeling and doing are all aligned. They have to be consistent with who you want to be and where you want to go as an entrepreneur. Some people think that they don't really need this or they don't have the time for it. But when you define mindset in this way, you really can't deny the fact that it's necessary to work on that, because the moment that you decide that this is what I want to do and what I'm going to do, whatever it takes to get there, that's when you start to move out of your comfort zone. And now in that space, you're going to definitely get hit by fear, doubt, and all these other paralyzing thoughts that can really stop you dead in your tracks. Now, in that situation, the right state of mind is really crucial to your survival. Otherwise, you might begin to settle for less and start accepting the fact that maybe I can never make it big time, or I'm okay where I'm at now anyway, or it's not really that bad. Setbacks in life and business are really inevitable. So the right mindset allows you to bounce back from failures, learn from mistakes, and persevere. It gives birth to resilience, and it enables you to navigate the ups and the downs so that you can continue to thrive, okay, even when there are challenges. Also, those with the proper mindset always think about growth. And what I mean here is they see problems as opportunities to learn new things, to sharpen their skills, to grow as a person instead of looking at them as setbacks only. And I mean, sure, the difficulties can bring you down, okay, or force you to start over maybe, but there's always valuable lessons to be learned along the way. And this is the perfect environment to really foster continuous improvement, which is necessary if you also want to stay ahead in the game. Like, adapting flexible mindsets always gives you that space for chances to stay relevant in your niche. The proper mindset also leads to really wise decisions because you carefully weigh things with clarity. You evaluate the risk and the options and confidently make choices so that you can really scale your business. So when strategies and having these like strategies and systems and skills and all that are essential, like they're essential components of your business success. The proper mindset is really that foundation that underpins all these elements. It's the first thing that I work on with my clients, because I can teach them, all these fancy marketing tools in the world, but if they don't have that foundation, like I was just talking to somebody today, and they were just like, I just can't wrap my head around, how do I charge 3,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 for what I offer when I was just selling $80 or selling it for $80, and that seems high, right? So when I explained it, she got it, but again, it's coming from that employee mindset versus the empire mindset, which is the first thing I really work on with my clients, because we've all been programmed in our society to be employees, right? Be a worker, do, go, work. Trade your time, your hours for dollars, right? These are all employee mindset type things, right? So nobody's ever shown us how to be a business owner. And again, I reference that the four quadrants from Robert Kiyosaki, which is SIB, ESIB or whatever. It's employee E. S is self-employed, which is what a lot of people do because they don't get out of this employee mindset. They end up creating a job for themselves. They become self-employed, which means they have to show up in order to get paid, right? Then there's the business, the B quadrant, which is what I teach, right? How do you get out of that self-employed and set up the right systems, the automation, so that you have that time and money freedom and flexibility, right? So if you show up or not, you're still making money. And then there's the investor, the I, right, which is just getting your money to work for you. I need a sip of tea. One sec. I feel really thirsty today. Anyway, back to the mindset, right? It's just that it's that driving force that propels us forward so that we can really navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and ultimately scale our high ticket offers while serving clients efficiently. Does that make sense? So let me know in the comments here if that makes sense. And if you're here with me, say hi. And if you want me to know who you are, you can add your name because I can't see your name unless you add it. And also, if you're here with me live, you can put hashtag live. And if you're here with me on the replay, you can put hashtag replay. I just heard my son come home, so I'm hoping he's not gonna barge in here. But anyway, and also if you have any challenges that you're facing, I'd love to see those in the comments. You can ask me questions. Feel free, whether you're here with me live or on the replay. Feel free to ask me questions about any challenges that you're facing in your business, and I can get you the answer. Again, I've been doing this 20 plus years. I've probably seen it all, whether it's about how do I increase my prices or charge more? How do I create the right systems, right? The automation, how do I add that? Or how do you get over this mindset? These kind of things. Or how do you get more clients finding you, calling you, and paying you consistently? Like these are a lot of the questions that I get continuously. And a lot of people have blocks around or they don't have clarity around. So feel free to put those in the comments and I'd be happy to answer those for you, whether it's here today live or on the replay. So let's move on to number 2. The next thing to consider is goal setting. Okay. Goals provide a clear direction for the business. They help us focus on what needs to be achieved, guiding our actions and decisions, right? A well-defined goal acts as a roadmap, really, that makes sure that our efforts are aligned with our desired outcomes. So outlining the goal, okay, being really clear on that goal. Like I'm talking visualizing, like feel it, not just picture it, but feel what it would be like to have that. Like the clearer you are, it's like using a GPS, right? What's the first thing that you have to do when you go to use a GPS? You have to put that destination. What happens if you don't put the destination? Nothing. You either sit there or you go around in circles. So this is the same thing with what you're doing, right? What is your goal? What's that destination? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? All that kind of stuff. Don't forget, don't worry about the how, right? Like you could hire a mentor to show you the how if you're not clear on how. Just picture that, just picture that outcome. Okay? Because it can be a powerful motivation that can pull you towards it. When entrepreneurs have a clear vision of what they want to accomplish, it just really fuels their passion and their determination. And this becomes especially crucial during challenging times. And it helps that you have set goals to look back to be reminded why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. And goals also provide a benchmark for your progress. So you can keep track of your achievements and celebrate them. Don't forget to do that while also keeping in mind what else needs to be done continually to make that progress. And then finally, setting that specific time bound goals promotes really effective time management. So when you follow a timeline for achieving milestones, it leaves very little room for procrastination because you're aware of the urgency and the domino effect of how one task can affect the other elements in your business. Does that make sense? I'm just going to check and see if anybody's here with me. Awesome. Say hi if you're here with me and let me know that you can hear me. I think I got everything going. Always good to know if you can hear me or not. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. But anyway, let's move on to number 3. Which is advice that goes hand in hand with goal setting, is implementing the right systems. So as soon as you set goals for your business, you need a foundation so it becomes achievable. And that foundation, besides the mindset one, right? Because we talked about that being part of that foundation. But having these systems in place is also very foundational. It's a more framework actually. And it's how would I describe it? Yeah, it's more of the framework, I guess. So your goal is your desired outcome, but the system outlines the specific activities that you need to be doing to get you from here to there. So yes, the goal is your shiny object at the end of the line, But what you need to focus on to make sure that you reach those goals are systems and processes along the way. And this will create consistency as you work on one thing after another to build that momentum to keep you moving forward. Additionally, a well designed system ensures that your quality of your deliverables also remains high, contributing to your client satisfaction. So, systems are also useful to streamline processes and enhance efficiency. And entrepreneurs can automate repetitive tasks and effectively reduce the time and effort spent on routine activities. And this allows you to focus on high impact tasks that contribute directly to achieving your goals. It's so worth remembering that these systems are, that foundation or that framework, right? Especially having like a predictable process, the predictable processes, right? That's why my clients usually hire me, is because they have this vision, they have this goal in mind, but they're like, how do I get that? How do I create an offer that's compelling that people would actually want? How do I price it efficiently to get people, um, you know, buying it, that also helps me achieve my bottom line or my financial goals, right? Quickly and easily and efficiently and effectively. And then how do you communicate it? How do they communicate it so that their ideal client thinks that it's a bargain and will ultimately buy? Because if you don't have people buy, first, if you don't have leads, like quality leads of the right people finding you, those ready to buy, ready to invest clients, if you don't have a process, a predictable process to get them to find you, call you, and pay you, right? And then once they do find you, if you don't know how to communicate the value effectively to get them to actually buy, then you got a big problem there. Like it can be, I mean, you don't really have a business if you don't have that, right? So, and a lot of people don't have clarity around it because, again, they were taught to be workers, they were taught to be employees, they weren't taught to be business owners. So, how would they know? It's like, you know what you don't know. But when you don't know what you don't know, it's up here in your blind spot. So, you're searching for the answer when you don't know what to search for. Does that make sense? Like it's hard to get there when that's happening. And so I hear a lot of people, they're like, they say, I'm spinning my wheels or I'm throwing stuff up on the wall to see what sticks and nothing's working. It's because they don't know what to even look for. Right. So that's why they call me. But anyway, so that foundation, that framework, in order to be able to scale, right? Having those systems in place. So as an entrepreneur who wants to scale, okay, having systems in place allows for a seamless expansion of operations. And it really ensures that the business can handle increased demand as well without compromising the quality of the client's experience. Okay. When goals and systems are working in harmony, the result is accelerated success, right? Clear goals provide the vision, while a well implemented systems provide the practical means to execute and achieve those goals in an efficient and organized manner. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart and strategically by leveraging goals and systems to maximize outcomes. And let's move on to the last piece I want to share with you is the focus of your business. What is the main thing that you want to achieve? Let me tell you right now that the focus is not to make the sale, but to get in sync with your client and actually serve them. Like you want to find out what the problem is. How committed are they to solving that problem? And how can you help them with it in the highest way possible? Because the truth is, excuse me, there are only a certain group of people that you can really help, and you want to pour out your time and energy on them, right? You don't want to be working with just anyone and everyone. That's why it's really necessary to tailor your message, tailor your messaging so that it resonates with the right people and they will be able to find you and call you and pay you. You also want to find out if the prospect is coachable. You want to work with people who are ready to listen and implement what you tell them to do. And this is why in my own business, I invite my audience to book a call if they're interested. If they're interested in what I'm offering, I want to get them on the phone and find out in detail what they have already going on in their business or what their vision is, right? I'm like a doctor and a GPS combined. So we get on a call and get the vision, right? Okay, what is it that you want to create? And then I get clarity on, I just ask a bunch of questions. I get clarity on, okay, what is it you want to create? I get clarity on, okay, where are you at now? Right. And then I'll ask a whole bunch of questions. And based on that, I can give the steps, right? Like a GPS, I can prescribe like a doctor, the steps of how to get them from here to there. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, I just get clarity, like what's keeping them stuck? Like what exactly do they have to offer? And is it worth a premium price? All those things and more, right? They can decide if like, well, I just want to actually give you an example. So like my client that signed on today, she got on the call with me and she's a nutritionist. She has a degree in nutrition. Like she invested 30K in a degree for nutrition. She also got a health certificate, health coaching, something like that. And she's a personal trainer. So she's got like all these certifications, all these degrees, like more than she needs, right? She's got a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, a lot of expertise. And she came on and said, this is what I want to do. And I was like, well, I'm not sure if that is actually, something that you could charge a premium for, right? So I asked her some more questions. I'm like, well, who are these people that you ultimately want to help? And what do you think you could help them with? And I said, okay, well, what are they suffering from? Like, what problems do they have? What do they ultimately want, right? And by digging in deeper for me to get clarity around like what is her knowledge, what is her expertise, what is her vision, right? I was able to say, okay, now I can see something, now I get it. Okay, now yes, there is something there. Or I had another client too, that I wasn't going to take on because I just didn't really understand like if I could teach her, how to bundle her knowledge and her wisdom and her and all her expertise into a thing. She's an advocate for children, right? But at first I didn't understand what we were talking about when we first met. But then after working with her and our first call with all my community, people in my community were like, oh my God, where were you when my kids were dealing that? Like she's a child's advocate and she helps parents with with neurodivergent children navigate the learning system. They're having a really hard time. They don't learn like everybody else in the learning system, right? And I didn't the way she was communicating her value at the beginning, I couldn't understand it. But then we got her to that place where now she's signing high ticket clients. She's got an amazing offer. She's helping kids, helping parents. Like it's amazing and has a really valuable offer. So anyway, that's why we need to get on the phone. It's like, I have to dig to kind of get clarity around like, can something like this be structured in a way? If it can't, it can't, I'll be like, it's something I can't help you with that. Right. If you're teaching people to play the accordion, I can't help people charge a premium for that. Like that's not something that they can do. But most people, I even had a client that came to me, think she was doing like a MLM or something, and we started talking and uh and I said, well, what's the reason why you're doing that or something? She's like, well, because I had Crohn's and Lyme disease or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. She's like, yeah, but I managed to figure out how to get over it, really not get over it completely, but how to live a normal life despite having these diseases. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Like, would you be able to help these other people with something like that? Right. Because that's something major. Like there's other people out there really suffering, like they can't get out of bed. They're losing quality time with their families. They're suffering in life. Right. But she found a way for herself to go from that point to having lots of energy and doing, all these things. So she ended up becoming a client and we put together this program, a high ticket program. I think she not sure what she charges. I think anyway, somewhere between 3 and 10,000 for it, but it gives people a new life, right? It gives them their life back, which is priceless. So, and if people are committed to getting their life back, they're going to find the money, right? They might be like, oh, nobody can afford that. But what that does is it gives them skin in the game to commit to getting those results, right? And anyway, she put together this beautiful program that really guides people from suffering into having tons of energy and having a life again. I mean, it's amazing, right? Because that's one thing that we can't get back is time, right? 5,000, 10,000, whatever, right? Our society is abundant, right? The US especially is very abundant. Comes to your mind set again. Some people are like, "Are you kidding? Da, 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 da." But be careful with that, right? There's limiting belief. There's money everywhere, but the one thing we cannot get back is time. So anyway, I think I went on a bit of a tangent there. Oh, hey everybody. I'm kind of getting lost in my own thing. So let's see who's here. Amelia, hello. Welcome. Oh, cool. We spoke back in May, and I will say yes, fear of failure. Oh, yeah, that's very common, very common. Got in the way of making me move forward, but I'm now ready to work with you. Awesome. Let's hop on another call together. Um, Live, can hear you fine. Not sure. It just says Facebook user there. I messaged the number we were communicating with, but perhaps it no longer works. You know what, Amelia? I will post in the comments here a link to book another call with you. I'd love to talk to you again, see where you're at today, and see if we can get you. See what we can get you. Or see what you need now. It might be different than May. Maybe you don't need the same things that you needed in May. I don't know, but fear is definitely a common one. So for sure, I will put that here in the comments, um, or we can, yeah, get to you somehow. Awesome. Okay, I got lost. I got distracted a little bit, so I still want to keep talking to you about the fourth thing, right? So again, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about getting on the phone. Well, there you go, right? So and then it got sidetracked, but anyway, we talk about what's keeping them stuck. I get really a lot of clarity, and then see if it's worth that premium price. That's what it was, and all those things and more, right? And then we can decide if we can really work together, or if not, then I'll just point them in the direction of someone that can really help them, right? I'm in the business of helping. So the greatest help you can offer anyone is to get them to the truth of what's going on in their business and how they can solve it in the shortest, simplest possible time, right? So the real conversation with your potential clients, and you will be doing yourself and your business a huge favor if you're coming from it at that standpoint, because that's a way to identify that if these prospects are really the right fit for you, right? Can you help them save time? Can you help them save money? Can you help them get out of suffering and into a desired outcome with your expertise? That's really what it comes down to, right? And most people do have knowledge, wisdom, and expertise in some area. They just don't know how to bundle it. They don't know how to set up the systems around it to get the right people finding them, calling and paying them. They don't know how to communicate the value effectively in order to charge a premium, right? Like there's so much that goes into it. And what I do is I just take my clients by the hand, walk them step by step through the process, so that at the end of 8 weeks, they've got this beautiful business. They've got, the automation to get those people finding them. They've got the clarity on how to communicate what they're offering, who to offer it to, where they're hanging out, all that good stuff. Anyway, let's recap. Here's the top business advice for 2024. Mindset as an entrepreneur make sure that what you are thinking, feeling, and doing are aligned. They have to be consistent with who you want to be and where you want to go in your business. Goal setting is number 2, the defined goal that acts as a roadmap to make sure that your efforts are in tune with your desired outcomes, the right systems, and this outlines the specific activities you need to be doing to get you from here to there. Focus was number 3, get in sync with your prospects and find out if you can actually serve them. Again, if you are a coach, a consultant, or any kind of expert and you need help getting clients consistently and you want to set up the proper systems in your business so that you can finally scale your business, then I'm here for you. So just type in the word ready in the comments and I or someone from my team will get back to you with a DM. That's it for today. I hope to see you again next Thursday for another valuable session. I am here at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm getting lines on my face. I wasn't really looking at that. There we go. So anyway, Amelia, I will get to you right after this, either with a DM. So check your DMs if we're not friends on Facebook. Sometimes it can get hidden. And I'll look to see if you're in my system. You said you did have a call with me, so you're probably still in there. If your email hasn't changed, I can just reach out to you via text or email as well. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Hope to see you again. And for those of you that aren't ready to book a call, I wish you the most success, and feel free again to post any questions or comments or questions in the comments. All right. Take care and